Hello everyone and welcome to this little demo for the new Layher that just came out. So there, I put it on the drawing. We will have here in the info palette, the symbol choices directly concerning the base, the feet. We also have several feet. We will have the posts where we will be able to change our posts height here, for example, over 3 meters. We see that our posts are well over 3 meters. I will come back to 2 meters for the standard. Here, the crosses are the same. You have the choice between different sizes of crosses and diagonals, also with all the sizes available for the diagonals. Then we have here the duplication tab, which will allow us to change the number of posts on X. So if, for example, here I put 3 posts, here he added my third post here, no problem. On Y the same, we can put 3 posts. You can see that it is automatically built. The number of posts on Z, here 2 for example. The number of crosses in Z, we will have to have 3, and the number of diagonals in Z, we will have to have 2, and there we can see that we already have a nice scaffolding to build in very little time. And then we have here the spaces. So the space of the crosses is in fact the space between. I will put in face view will be simpler. Between the different crosses. So here we have 2 meters, 2 meters. So a space of 2 meters between each cross. If I modify the spacing and that I put 3 meters here, for example, we can see that here now between my crosses I have a space of 3 meters and the last one is at 3 meters. So it looks like it's normal. Because I put 3 meters of spacing while it would take 2, we will come back to 2 meters. Here for the diagonals it's exactly the same thing. Let's see, if I put 3 meters, we have a space of 3 meters between our diagonals. Very simply, we will come back to 2 meters. Then we have options to shift with a shift in Z of the crosses directly. So in fact there it will shift all my crosses. If I put 1 meter here, it will shift all my crosses of 1 meter compared to level 0. Finally at level 0, at the level of the first attachment here. You see it added 1 meter to my first cross, and suddenly after we go back with our 2 meters of difference between each cross. So I come back to 0. We have a shift just for the low cross. So this one, all those who are closer to the ground, I can decide to climb only this one of 1 meter, for example, or 50 centimeters. And we have the same thing for the top one with a possible shift for only the top one. Okay, we have exactly the same thing for the diagonals. If I put 1 meter here, we have a shift here of 1 meter compared to the low cross point. For the low diagonal, if I put 1 meter here, we go only on the low diagonal and we add 1 meter to it and we have the same thing. You will understand it on the top one where I actually added 1 meter of shift. We have the possibility of creating small shims under the feet. So it is enough to activate the option here. We have small shims that create. We can choose our height of shims. So here I am in millimeter. So I have 20 millimeters. You can exaggerate. If I put 1 meter, it will make you shims of 1 meter. We will stay on shims, for example 2 centimeters, and we see that we have our shims that are created under each foot. We have a small option to remove the feet and remove the base here. We make them disappear. It simply allows you to be able to continue to Mount a shaft with perhaps other Layher elements and to be able to place it actually on top of a first element already, so at least we can remove the feet and the base to be able to go back here directly on our tube with new Layher sections. Why not? And then we have created labels, so it works when given. Here we have our small label with the total number of symbols and then here the total number of elements. Very simply, and we have one last option that allows us to make a reset of all the shims. So all the shims that we will have entered here, if for example I put 2 meters, well it will make us a total reset of all these shims to return to a basic structure. So here it is for the first tool, Layher, and we have provided with the second tool, that is to create sound towers that work exactly the same principle as the classic Layher. Here are all the duplications we can choose here. So the decks, you have the choice on the decks. Here on the base beams, lattice beams, everything is adjustable. So basically it is the 3 options in addition compared to the classic Layher tool. Otherwise everything else works in the same way. The only difference is that we have one of the Z-axis of the base. What we call the base is the east here. If for example you want to put it at the place of 50 centimeters, you can put it 50 centimeters without problems. Here are the negative values. Also work, there is no problem. We still have the option to create wooden steps. We can always remove the feet from the base and of course create our label to have the number of parts as, and the last option is the reset of all the steps, as I did not put it. Nothing happens, but if I had put steps, it would all be put back to 0. Well, here it is for the plugin Layher that just came out. If you have questions, do not hesitate. Send me an email, a WhatsApp. I will remain available. The plugin is accessible from now on my website directly. For the moment on the website, version is currently only in English. The French version is also available. And I will just have to ask for it and I could send it to you. There is no problem. Well, here. Listen, if you like this video, do not hesitate to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you.